onto it. Yeah.
Cold piss.
That's the smartest thing you've said all day.
Freezing cold piss, right? You're Anthony Kiedis out the front going, oh, what I want, I'm going to give it to your mama. And everyone's going, yeah, man.
Who's this Olympic mascot?
What, the red things?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
So it looks like a Dorito, a chili Dorito.
No, it's meant to represent the sort of, it's a type of cap, a hat. A very French hat.
It can't be. It has to be a commercial enterprise. It's probably a croissant they're trying to sell.
Well, I did watch a very, very shameless Gwen Stefani featured song with some guy called Hello World, which is meant to be the theme song of the Olympics. Holy shit, man. They're literally standing on a Coke stage. Like it's a Coca-Cola stage. Anyway.
Sorry, is this guy's name Hello World?
No. The song is called Hello World, and Gwen Stefani is the featured artist. I don't know who the other bloke is because I haven't really kept abreast to music in the past little while.
Mr. World, obviously. I guess it's a little bit like gymnastics. I don't understand gymnastics, but the exact same principles apply. You have judges. There's certain things you have to do and do not do. Like there's parts where you have to rub your scrotum in and around the middle of it.
There's palm this area, touch this bit, grab these bits.
Yeah. And so you have to, there's certain things you have to do to show your technical capability.
Your proficiency.
Show you the package, the complete package.
What can you do gymnastically?
So I assume that breaking is the same thing, different form.
That's exactly what I thought.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
No, it isn't. It's fucking straight up one-on-one dance battles, bro. I'm a complete convert. I think it's the most exciting sport of the Olympics right now.
Right. Yeah,
I think it could be the sport.
No,
I don't know what 3x3 basketball is going to look like, but I imagine that's pretty cool. So they were kind of like those moves, but a bit more ground involved. They're like the jiu-jitsu of dance, the break dancers. Would you agree with that? The jiu-jitsu of dance?
I'm not going to agree with it. I like it. I'm not going to agree with it because I just heard it. Did they do anything original? This is my problem. In gymnastics, they all seem to be doing the same thing.
Well, you say that, but watch the gymnastics from, say, the 1952 Olympics or something. It's fucking rubbish. None of these pricks can even land a backflip. It's embarrassing. So to say there's no new moves is kind of like not fair, really, because there's probably a shitload of new moves that the gymnasts are getting involved in.
No, there are new moves, but they're all doing the same new moves.
They're all doing the same moves. Yeah, sure. I see some of this stuff because I guarantee you will be wowed by some of these breakdancing moves. So get on board. The breakdancing, it's got to be about 10 times better than, I don't know, dressage or some shit.
Rowing.
We talked about it before, the sports that are still in the Olympics. Rowing's got a better place in the Olympics than trotting a little horse around.
Oh, maybe. I mean, rowing's pretty one-dimensional. What I liked about...
They're all pretty one-dimensional. Like archeries are one-dimensional. They're all one-dimensional. That's their whole thing. It's the sport dimension.
What I like about breaking, even though I haven't seen it yet, is it would be good for the crowd, right? Was the crowd right into it? Were they cheering?
I think so, yeah.
How do you win? So it's one-on-one. Is it just who gets the loudest cheer from the crowd? Isn't that how breakdancing works?
That will be never how it works. There are judges and...
Oh, boo.
Yeah, and I didn't enjoy the judging. So... I don't know what they base it on, but surely like the demoralization of your if you demoralize your opponent with your superior breakdancing skills and callbacks and funky moves and little send-offs, then he's the winner. Surely.
Well, surely it should be like a wet t-shirt competition. Just whoever the crowd cheers for the most.
Well, the French guy wins then.
Yeah.
I don't want to lump a whole country
into
the George Lucas style of lumping things into one category of going, like when you think of somewhere like Nepal, you may picture the Mount Everest and the surrounding ranges, and that's it. But it'll have jungles, it'll have other places, doesn't have a beach.
It's
famously.
Human nature to lunch. It's human nature to lump. That's what we do. We categorize things. We lump them in together. We lump them all in.
If a Swedish person was talking about Australia, what is the landscape?
So firstly, she'll be a babe.
Okay.
What's she talking about?
Australia.
Yeah. Okay. What's she on about now? What's she talking to me? Are you telling me what she's telling me?
Well, I just said, but okay. So I'm saying like we've just lumped Sweden into a rocky category. It's
Yep.
rocks.
Oh, yeah. We're just.
So are
we're
we just red dirt?
No, beaches. We're beaches. We're waves.
just beaches.
We're all surfing all the time.
Are we? Right.
Yeah. They're
Surfers
bored.
can't
Yeah.
not get in a barrel. That's their whole life.
No, yeah.
I've watched a lot of raw surfing footage recently from.
That's a bit boring, though, isn't it? That's a bit boring, just living in the barrel.
It depends on how good the barrel is.
Oh man,
But no, I'll say this. This is literally what I was gonna say. I've seen the faces of men and women inside big surfing barrels.
Their faces have been revealed to you. Yes,
I've seen them. I've seen the faces as they're in there, right?
Yeah. What were they doing?
Well, the faces revealed to me a lot of things. Number one, this could be their 10,000th barrel at Pipeline.
Yeah, yawn.
The look of elation on their face. It looks like they've literally been injected with the best drugs ever just at that moment in the wave, and it just hits them. Now, that's what all these pricks look like on these waves. They look like they're experiencing peak happiness on the reg.
Maybe I need to get in a barrel.
That's the thing, man. Have you ever been in a barrel before?
No, but I've done heroin.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm thinking they probably. No, I haven't.
I was going to say.
I think I read he was a French athlete from the last time the Olympics were held in France in the 1940s or 50s or something like that.
You said was. Has he died already?
The last time the Olympics were held.
He said he was an athlete. He said he was an athlete.
Well, he's not an athlete anymore. He's in a wheelchair.
No. Oh, right.
And you could be a wheelchair athlete, but he didn't even move anywhere. Like he didn't show me. He barely showed me signs of life. His name's Charles Costi. He's the oldest living French Olympic champion.
He's what? The oldest?
Because he won in 1948. So he's the oldest living French Olympic champion. So he's the oldest dude in France that has won a gold medal.
Yeah. Is that really what you want? I don't think that's a title you want.
Man, they're probably about to vote him in. If he was in America, they would be running him for president. They'll be like, mate, you're good enough. He would be telling everyone about his cycling speeds in 1948, a bit like Biden's golf handicap,
and Trump's golf skills as well. He loves going on about them.
I think one of the best thing to happen in the Athens Olympics was when that Australian rower gave up before the end.
Is that nice? Is it?
Well, it got me into rowing. It's got me. It's the only rower I know.
And that's all you know them for?
Yeah, I don't know any rowers.
But that's all you know them for.
Sally
what do they
Robbins.
do? Give it up. Give some more context on that. It's pretty rough though. You train so much to get to the Olympics, and then you just like,
I know.
Was it a protest? It wasn't a protest thing.
No, it wasn't.
What did Johnny Howard have to say about it?
He said, I'm not taking sides, but it's always regrettable. It's tough and there's a lot of pressure. It's always a good idea to bind together. But look, I wasn't there and I can't understand the passion, the emotion, and the effort that goes into these things and the sense of disappointment people feel. This was not the first time that Robbins had been involved in such an incident. In the women's quad scull at the 2002 World Rowing Championships in Seville.
You have to drink a whole bunch before you get in the canoe for the scull version of canoeing. Yeah.
Robbins had also dropped her oar, costing Australia certain victory. 2000 Summer Olympics silver medalist Rachel Taylor was quoted as saying, Australia was blitzing the race, leading the entire field all the way. It was about as sure a thing as you could get to having the world title in the bag.
In the 1952 Melbourne Olympics, there was an Australian bloke who said that at the end, at the closing ceremonies, the teams shouldn't come out individually. We should come out as one.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
Ever since then, that's been the Olympic tradition. They gave this guy a bronze medal for just coming up with this idea.
An honorary bronze medal.
He's a bronze medallion.
Why don't they give him a gold?
I don't know.
If it's such a good idea.
Maybe they ran out of gold ones, or maybe the gold ones are reserved
spare one.
Maybe gold's like reserved for really, really good ideas.
That's embarrassing to give someone. That's actually humiliating.
I'm sure someone from the finance department got a gold medal. You know what I mean? But old mate who came up with this unifying idea, bronze. Well, they're not ball boys, are they? If there's a girl doing it,
are they called ball people?
Well, they're called ball something.
Ballers.
It wouldn't be ball boy anymore. I think we're well past that.
Do you know what's weird is
There's probably more girls that do it now than guys.
I call girls guys now.
I would use guys in a mixed gendered setting of say 4 people, right? So there's 4 people, 2 guys, 2 girls, and I'd quite happily, I don't know if they're happy about it, but I'd quite happily say, "See you later, guys."
Yeah.
And that means everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
I'll start calling. I'm just going to call everyone ball boys and ball girls from now on. That's it.
Okay, as in okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and if there's 2, one of each gender, see you later, ball boy. Bye, ball girl.
Yeah, okay. You're overcomplicating it a little bit. You didn't want to call people girls anymore, but you're calling them ball girls and boys now. So you kind of haven't gotten. You've fixed a problem. You've created a couple of other ones. I actually one day I was distracted. I was carrying a mirror. I was distracted by a black cat, and we smashed into a ladder, and the mirror broke, and I fell forwards under the ladder.
Good Lord.
I got the trifecta just in one hit.
Yeah, did
just
your dick
broke
fall
a mirror
off?
Straight away.
Yeah.
Straight away, the dick fell off.
I would have thought so,
Yeah.
Former Montreal Canadian would skate backwards towards the net before turning around at the last second.
Wow, that is a cool move.
Well, he believed it made the goal shrink.
Gave him spiritual powers. Yes.
During
He's a fucking idiot. Yep, go on.
He would convert.
Unless you finish this story with, and they never, ever lost a game nor concede a goal ever. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up his fucking record.
He's
see a whole bunch
the
of
greatest goaltender in the history of the NHL.
Sake. Okay.
During the game, he would converse with the posts, thanking them.
Shut up. Oh, shut up.
Thanking them when a puck was deflected and often touching them.
This guy needs to chill out, man.
This almost spiritual relationship with his goal earned him the nickname St. Patrick. And an unprecedented 3 Conn Smythe trophies.
Is that good, is it? You know, when you lose, does he go, "I know why we lost, guys"? And they go, "Why? What happened?" He goes, "Me and the goals, we just weren't really talking much tonight. I didn't really get any conversation off. They were being very offhandish with me. I think we can put at least 90-odd% blame on the goals themselves. They're just too wide and they weren't fucking talking. Not a chatty goal at all tonight."
The Conn Smythe trophy is awarded annually to the MVP of his team during the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs.
So he's winning MVPs as the goalie.
That's the Norm Smith, yeah.
It's a defender winning the Norm Smith.
And it says an unprecedented 3 Conn Smythe. So he may be the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Of Conn Smythe. They need to rename it the Patrick Roy.
And he's a superstitious nightmare, so that will encourage more people to be superstitious if he's such a great champion. What we need is someone to knock him off who says, you know, to become the greatest and to have no superstition.
They were super lucky, and the guys all knew it. They were like, "Man, the Brian underwear is amazing." Yeah, they didn't ask me to wear them or anything, but they knew that when I wore those underwear, I meant business. And then one night I got too drunk. I was in Italy on a pub crawl, and I was sitting on the toilet with my head in my hands, really drunk, trying to do a poo or something. I don't know. I was not really with it. And a quick little vom came out before I could even react. Maybe I was telling myself, I'm not going to vomit. And it just came on so quickly. And this powerful little pocket of vomit went straight down into my Brian underwear. And so I left and I went outside back into the pub with the guys. And I was like, man, I've not, feeling so hot or whatever. I vomited in my underwear. And they were like, What do you mean? I was like, "I've taken the underwear off there in the toilet." And they're like, "You can't leave the Brian underwear in this toilet in Italy."
No, it's too powerful. Rome. It's like the One Ring.
It could fall into the wrong hands. So I went back in there and
no, you didn't.
Fished them out. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, I was waiting for a bus next to the Trevi fountain. I needed to wash my underwear.
Yeah, you did it.
I did it.
You know, history shouldn't be prejudiced to kings and queens and whatnot. History belongs to everybody.
So the Trevi Fountain is an 18th century fountain, the Trevi district in Rome, Italy, designed by whoever, blah, blah, blah. Why is it cool? Give me some history about it. You throw a coin over the back of your head and
Or your undies.
But even in his heyday, the Gambino, they must call him Gambino.
Oh, yeah. So that's because the Babe Ruth was called the Great Bambino.
Right, Gambino. Yep. He was prone to slumps. His solution for turning things around? A golden thong.
What does that mean?
Whenever this 6'3" batsman found himself in a funk, he'd slip his 240-pound frame into a tiny pair of butt floss before playing. Yep. More often than not, Giambi's weird superstition actually worked.
No, it didn't.
That's
my point.
In fact,
but my point is, you
need data.
It's your preparation.
It's your
preparation. It's throwing all those years of no. Basically, what he's saying is right. Is like if you want to hit a home run, mate, don't go to baseball school. Don't join a team. Don't even try out for the majors. Just pop this in your ass crack, right? And I'll pop these pants on you and just start swinging. And I promise you, they're just all home runs.
The 5-time All-Star teammates would often borrow them to break out of their own slumps.
Get fucked, you idiots. So once you break out, then you don't need them anymore? Is that the idea? So if you're fine, if you're going fine, you just don't even wear them. You would wear them just in case, wouldn't you?
Bro, they're powerful. You can't just be wearing the golden butt floss all the time because the power is going to be overwhelming.
Fair enough.
Do you not know how this works?
Sort of like antibiotics, I guess.
You use it sporadically.
I don't like that.
When you need it.
That's not proper superstition. Proper superstition is every game I put on a red piece of paint over my eye, otherwise we lose. I just know we're going to lose.
How often do you wear the One Ring? You don't wear the One Ring all the time. See, it's too powerful. It's overwhelming. You put the One Ring on when you need it.
Okay.
You're not even going to believe me when I tell you.
I will.
He drinks his own urine.
No, he doesn't.
It's a natural medicine that cleanses his body. Mm-hmm. While it sounds disgusting, Machida may be onto something. The Dragon has yet to lose a round in his professional mixed martial arts career. When was this written?
Yeah, no, that was written a long time ago. I've seen him get starched.
Yeah, so he got to 16-0, but then he stopped drinking his urine.
Maybe he stopped drinking his piss, yeah. Okay, so again, I think this is exactly the same as the guy who doesn't wash his undies because he thinks it brings him good luck. This is laziness.
It's not lazy because I think you have to piss in a glass, then put it in the fridge and you drink it later.
Oh, it's cold piss.
So you actually have to do two actions. You're being lazy.
I mean, if you had told me you have to drink.
You're being lazy.
No, but if you no, I don't drink my own piss at all. I go to the toilet, which is the step he forgot.
That's lazy.
No, that's right. That's correct.
That is lazy. You're not just pissing up in the air and into your mouth like a feral animal. You're pissing in a glass and drinking it like a cultured Parisian.
Yeah. So if it's the difference between like glass, can, and bottle, now I'm going to break it down for you. Because if you asked me to drink a glass of piss, right, and you said you have to do this, but you get to pick how it's prepared, I'm going glass with ice. And cold and cold and cold piss.
That's the smartest thing you've said all day.
Freezing cold piss, right?
Yeah.
Then that would be the bottle category if we're talking about Coca-Cola. That's your bottle. That's the best.
I'm not drinking it out of a narrow-necked vessel though. I'm drinking out of a pint glass.
Yeah. Then you've got the next level, which is room temperature warm piss, right? Warm piss. And only slightly better than the warm piss in the glass is the fountain that we spoke about earlier, where you're sort of pissing into your own mouth. That rates above a glass of warm piss to me. That's got to be better. Just because the air time will cool it down a little bit. The air time, the fact that it's in the air for a little while will just generate a bit of coolness to it.
Although I don't want body temperature piss. All room temperature piss, but I'd take it as like a hot tea.
So boil it a bit.
Because I think I would be confused.
I don't think we're allowed to boil it though, because we need all that good stuff in it.
Oh, you don't want to denature the proteins, do you?
They have changed the rule about 12 to 6 elbows, and it famously does represent the only loss on John Jones's record besides testing positive for belosterone or whatever the fuck they did back in the day. He got a no contest for that.
Man, but
his only loss came from a fight he had with a deaf Olympian named Matt Hamill, who's deaf. And he got on top of him, full mount, which you'd never see nowadays. I talk about this every time I watch a live event with my friends. You never see full mount anymore.
Why is that?
Ever.
What's going on?
Because the game's changed. If you get if someone gets full mount, okay, so back in the day when you were watching it, even before that, all of the time before that, full mount was a bit like checkmate.
Yeah,
it was sentence. I can grab you and get you in an arm triangle and choke you out from here, or I can rain down punches.
Yeah,
I can rain down punches till you're unconscious, and then I can feed you my piss.
Yes.
And you know what's funny is Rumble got asked about it at the next day at like the press conference. He didn't give a shit. He did not give a shit that people were talking about DC potentially cheating at the weigh-ins.
Yeah,
he didn't care. Yeah. He'd moved on. I haven't. You know what's happened in that time? Rumble's dead. Like Anthony Rumble Johnson died a young man. He's like 46.
Oh, that's
right. So in that time where I still haven't gotten over DC doing this, which is 8 years later, he's died and he was over it the next day. He was over it the next day. I'm still dealing with it. That's what he looked like at 170, 185, 205 and 230. So he fought at heavyweight, not even in the above 205 sort of business. He went for 230.
How can a man like that, he is cut out of stone. How can he die of a physical ailment?
Statue. Oh, isn't that the craziest thing ever?
He looks like the fittest man I've ever seen in my life.
And then when you get to the cinema and, Steven Spielberg would have saw the lightsaber fire up and gone, I think you've actually got something here. And then John Williams' soundtrack and the editing and the special effects were groundbreaking. It all just worked together. It's kind of like, I've just had this analogy in my head. If I think Star Wars are very similar to the Red Hot Chili Peppers. George Lucas is Anthony Kiedis, and he could be the worst instrument in the band. But you've got Flea, the CGI.
Of all time.
You've got the drummers, the editors.
Epic.
You've got these guys behind you like John Williams and Ben Burt doing sound. You basically can't lose with the combination.
Yeah.
You're Anthony Kiedis out the front going, oh, what I want, I'm going to give it to your mama. And everyone's going, yeah, man,